Hi guys, welcome to Nothing Geek TV. This is your host Ajay Gupta, and today I'm having Xiaomi Mi4i pitched against InFocus M530 handset, guys. So InFocus M530 got a 5.5-inch HD display, whereas the Mi4i got a 5-inch Full HD display. Now talking about the color. So guys, if I talk about the touch on both the phones, it is good enough. No marks can be deducted, and I'm happy with the touch quality, zooming in, zooming out, and maneuvering through apps, swiping left, right, up, down. It's pretty cool on both the phones. As far as colors are go, I'm happy with the colors on both the devices. But the Mi 4i, since it's full HD display with massive pixels per inch, it's more than 400 pixels per inch. It's a really nice phone for watching videos, games. InFocus 530 is also a nice phone for all that stuff, but full HD is always better. If I talk about the build quality, Mi 4i is thinner, it's lighter, its form factor is smaller, so it adds to single hand usage as compared to the InFocus M530. However, Mi 4i, if you're not using a cover, it feels a little less sturdy, and you definitely need a cover. Although it's unibody, backplate cannot be removed, but once I managed to drop it, and it popped, the side cover popped out. So in terms of build quality, I kind of tend to go in favor of InFocus M530. Moving on to the OTG support, both phones support OTG. I cannot remove the backplate, or there are no slide slots to put in a micro SD card on Xiaomi Mi 4i, whereas that is not the case in the InFocus. So I can't remove the backplate on the InFocus. So I got two SIM card slots. So one SIM can be 4G, 3G, or 2G, and the other has to necessarily be 2G. So I cannot insert two 4G SIM cards or two 3G SIM cards at the same time in InFocus, and I can insert one micro SD card. If I talk about the Xiaomi Mi 4i, I can just pop this port out, and I can insert two 4G SIM cards at the same time. So that is one benefit of Mi 4i over, you can say, futuristic thing over InFocus M530. Battery, 3000 milliamp hour battery over here, 3100 milliamp hour battery over here. The battery backup is more or less the same. uh, the processor is powerful on both the phones, and the display, I'm having a smaller display, but it's more a full HD display, so it's kind of demands exactly the same kind of battery. One day moderate usage, you get 1 day of battery juice on both of these devices, guys. So guys, talking about the camera, I have a 13 megapixel rear camera on both the devices, and a dual tone flash on both the phones. The front facing camera on Mi 4i is 5 megapixel as compared to 13 megapixel front facing camera on the InFocus M530. So I clicked several images using both the handsets. I'll show you those images. So guys, like you can see, this image was clicked using the rear camera on both the phones outdoor image. Let me just zoom in. I am having natural color on both the devices. uh, but the camera quality of the Mi 4i is slightly better than what I have on the InFocus M350. The detailing of the leaves and the other stuff is slightly better. It's not a major difference, but Mi 4i is ahead of the InFocus M350 if I talk about the rear camera. Let me show you another image. So again, if you just see this image, you can again make out which camera is better. So you can see the natural color of the mud and the plant, and the slight algae on the top of the soil is better visible in the Mi 4i as compared to the InFocus M350. Again, in this image too, it's better on the Mi 4i. Coming to the front facing camera, that is where uh, the Mi 4i gets beaten easily, and you can say there's no match for the InFocus M350 in terms of front facing camera. The front facing 13 megapixel camera, it's simply brilliant on the InFocus M530 handset, guys. You can see, I mean, so much amount of details I have not seen in expensive flagship, leave alone the Mi 4i. You can see I cannot see my beard, I cannot see other stuff. You can see the eyebrows detail and other stuff. It's not visible on the Mi4i. Everything, even a single strand of hair, eyelashes, eyebrows, skin tone, it's marvelous on InFocus M530. So guys, the rear cam of Mi4i is better than InFocus M530, but the front facing cam of Mi4i is no match for the InFocus M530, guys. So friends, talking about the performance of these devices, 2 GB RAM of both the phones, octa-core processor on both the phones, but it's a MediaTek octa-core processor of higher speed on InFocus M530. You can see the score 52,322 is simply superb, and on the Xiaomi Mi4i 32,058 score. So guys, when it comes to a regular user, normal user, like sending mails, running Facebook, WhatsApp, WeChat and other text apps, and doing regular stuff, both phones are good enough, no problems. None of these freezes up, none of these restarts on its own. A stable software, good performance one. But when it comes to heavy gaming, like running games like Modern Combat 5, which I showed in earlier videos, do kindly hit the subscribe button over here so that you don't miss out on those. And running games like Marvel Avengers and other games are much better on the InFocus M530. You can play those games at the highest graphics setting without any frame drops or lags. On the other hand, the Snapdragon 615 on the Mi4i, it tends to slow up and it tends to heat up the phone. The phone becomes quite hot after 15-20 seconds. It cools down in a matter of 5 minutes, but after 15-20 minutes, pardon me, it heats up. The heating factor is not significant in InFocus M530. So performance wise, InFocus M530 is ahead of the Xiaomi Mi 4i. So guys, ultimately, which is the phone out of these two which you should go for? It's simple. The decision is simple. If you want a 5-inch phone with a simply stunning display and a simply stunning rear camera, you want single-handed usage, then Mi 4i is the phone you are looking at. But if you are a selfie crazy person, I mean not crazy, if you want great selfies, guys, then you can't have any phone which can beat InFocus M530. Mark my words. If you spend around 20, 30, 40,000 rupees, then also InFocus M530 will give you a super cool, better image with its front-facing camera than those several of those devices. And if you want a bigger display and a slightly, better build quality, then you can go for InFocus M530. Hope I have cleared most of your doubts. If you still have any, kindly hit the subscribe button over here and leave your comment in the comment section below. I'll answer all your questions personally. Till then, see ya. Take care.